In our Sunrise Smart Start, with the new Omicron variant spreading and overall infections rising nationwide, the Biden administration is reminding families to mask up and get tested if they plan to celebrate the holidays together indoors. Joined by Washington correspondent Raquel Martin live in D.C. this morning. Raquel, good morning. How does the president plan to curb the spread of the new infections?
Good morning. Well, last week, we know that the president announced new travel restrictions to 8 South African nations, and we know those go into place today. Now, outside of that, we know that they are still recommending that Americans mask up, and they say the best way to protect yourself from this new variant is by getting your vaccination or getting your booster shot. Now, it's unclear exactly if they're going to institute any more restrictions or any mandates at this point, but right now they are trying to encourage Americans to be vigilant to stop the spread of this variant as they assess exactly how threatening it might be.
And certainly as more activities head indoors as well. Raquel, thank you for the live update. Beginning today as well, major airports nationwide will begin enforcing a new COVID testing rule regardless of a traveler's vaccine status or their nationality. The University of Rochester Medical Center will pause elective and semi-elective surgeries beginning today. This comes as COVID cases surge in the Finger Lakes region. Erica DeCoste with more on how the move will impact local healthcare systems and the patients they serve. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. This is part of Governor Kathy Hochul's executive order from a few weeks ago for hospitals with limited capacity right now. We're also told Rochester Regional Health will be postponing these types of surgeries this week as well. Important to note, outpatient procedures will continue. URMC says this will help alleviate capacity issues caused by 2 key factors. The first is a higher number of COVID patients in inpatient and ICU beds, and the second is the inability to discharge some patients to nursing homes because those facilities lack adequate staff. Dr. Apostolakis with URMC says every part of the system is feeling the effect of this.
We're doing everything we can to recruit more nurses, recruit more staff, develop programs, educational programs for people to learn to be technicians or other healthcare professionals.
Now on Saturday, the first team of National Guard members arrived here in Monroe County to Monroe Community Hospital to help with staffing issues there, also a part of this executive order. In Rochester, Erica DeCoste, News 8.
Erica, thank you for the live update. The governor says hospitals can resume these procedures as conditions and available resources allow. All hospitals impacted will be reassessed on January 15th based on COVID data then. Checking the forecast this morning, warmer temperatures and a windy day on tap, James.
Yeah, certainly. And don't even forget about the rain, right? We've got all three.
Trifecta.
Yes, yep, heading in our direction. Right now, let's keep an eye on the rain showers that are starting to break their way in. The wind is howling out of the south. 20 to 30 miles per hour, could potentially gust 40 plus as we get later this afternoon. So I don't like the umbrella on a day like today because you don't want it to blow away. Temperatures will peak, I would say, in the next few hours in the mid-50s. So we're talking 10 degrees above average for many across the region, but don't expect these to last. By 4 or 5 p.m., these will drop down to the 40s, eventually 30s. We're talking wind chills in the 20s later today. Bus stop forecast at the end of the show. Mark?
James, thank you. Checking the roads again with our sunrise traffic right now. Not much to talk about here on this Monday morning. Live view of 390. Volume building in, but traffic flowing well in both directions. 490, 590 up to speed as you make your way in and around Rochester at this hour. New this morning, Rochester firefighters battling a large house fire overnight on Burbank Street. Officials say flames were coming from the 2nd floor. Firefighters were delayed heading inside that house because of loud popping noises, bullets exploding inside. Once the fire was knocked down, a large amount of ammunition was discovered inside the vacant home.
When we hear sounds like that, we try to balance the aggressive attack with the safety of our people. In this case, it gave us some time to breathe, and by the time we had all the windows open up, the boards taken off, and some ventilation going, the popping stopped, and then we were able to make an aggressive interior attack.
No injuries were reported. The cause of that fire is under investigation. Rochester police investigating the city's 79th homicide of the year. Investigators have identified the victim as 36-year-old Terrell McKnight. Officers say McKnight was shot multiple times near Watkin Terrace Saturday in Rochester around 3:30 in the afternoon. He died the next day at the hospital. No arrests have been made. Anyone with information about this fatal shooting is asked to call 911. Some national news this morning. Former Republican Senator and presidential candidate Bob Dole has died. Dole was the 1996 GOP nominee for president and a longtime leader in the Senate. He also served our nation in World War II. Dole was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer earlier this year. He represented Kansas and Washington, D.C. for over 3 decades. Bob Dole was 98. While Major League Baseball currently locked out, the Golden Days Era Committee of the Baseball Hall of Fame has announced this year's class for enshrinement. 6 former players selected, including former Mets manager Gil Hodges. Hodges, an 8-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champion with the Brooklyn and L.A. Dodgers. He also managed the '69 Miracle Mets to a World Series win over the Orioles, considered one of the great upsets in sports history. Hodges was still managing the Mets when he died of a heart attack at the age of 47 in 1972. Time now for a check of the GRE Morning Business Report. According to the Labor Department, 210,000 jobs added to the economy in November. The nation's unemployment rate falling to 4.2%. That was better than expected. Alexander and Horning recalling more than 240,000 pounds of ham and pepperoni products because of a possible listeria contamination. The affected meats were sold nationwide under a variety of brand names, including Welshire and Butcher Boy. The items are fully cooked and have the established code M10125 stamped inside the USDA's inspection mark. The meat should be thrown out or returned to the store where you purchased it. All right, let's go inside the Huddle on this Monday morning. Huge night tonight in Orchard Park. The Bills hosting the Patriots on Monday Night Football. Buffalo is currently a half game behind New England, which has won 6 straight games. The Bills coming off that dominating win on Thanksgiving over New Orleans, but they lost All-Pro corner Trey White that night with a torn ACL. Head coach Sean McDermott says his team understands the playoff implications for this primetime affair.
Yeah, I like the fact that they've controlled the controllables. You know, the energy's been there where it needs to be, and I think a little bit of rest helped with that. But I think also the guys understand, you know, what's in front of us. We've got 6 games to go. That's all we're guaranteed at this point, and we got to take them one at a time.
Well, tonight's game will be a chilly one. Temperatures in the 20s. A high wind warning also in effect for parts of western New York. Special edition of Buffalo Kickoff Live tonight at 7. Thad Brown and the crew will get you ready. See it tonight here on Channel 8 again, beginning at 7 o'clock. All right, James. Going to be a big night for Bills fans. Lots of folks heading down the thruway. Lots of folks tuning in as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Bills jerseys at the schools today.
Yes.
Certainly.
Under the heavier coats, maybe, as kids head to the bus stop.
Right, yeah. It's kind of a weird day, though, because we're picking the kids up, or at least we're starting off 50 degrees. They're getting picked up. And then we finish in the 30s. Temperatures drop throughout the day. It seems opposite here, but that's what happens when you have a midday cold front that slides through. We'll finish off here with your 8-day forecast. So we have wind advisories in effect through 7 o'clock. That means gusts 30 to 40, potentially 50 plus. Isolated outages, not out of the question, but certainly isolated is the key word here. And then much colder, back to winter by Tuesday and Wednesday. All
right, our message from Coach McDermott on this Monday, control the controllables.
Yes, exactly.
That's it for us here on Sunrise. Our next update in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.